Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a new team builder. I'm recording this a second time because I've literally just talked for 10 minutes and no audio came out. So I hope audio comes out now. This is Toys R Us this week. We're heading to the toy store today, this week, to get a bunch of toys and see what we can do with it this week. So Toys R Us, the Iron Bundle, is our team captain for this week. Before we begin, like and subscribe and all that fun stuff, and check out the timestamp down below to see if you want to switch to the end, get the final summary of the team. But yeah, let's begin. So Iron Bundle is our team captain. Iron Bundle is a very scary mod. It is Ubers. It has always been Uber since the beginning of the meta game of Scarlet Violet, before all of the DLC came out. This, even like just base Scarlet Violet, it was always in Uber's tier because it's broken. It is broken because of this combination of 124 of special attack and 136 speed. By golly, that's a fast bird. Here it is, better Delibird. It outspeeds Miraidon and Koraidon and Flutter Manes by 1 point. If you recall, when we did the Koraidon set, it's 135, okay, and they have the same speed as Miraidon. So this thing is 1 point faster, which is why it's such a broken mod. If any Miraidon were to come out, because of the Quark Drive, which is the equivalent of Photosynthesis, essentially, where it boosts the speed or highest stat by 30%. If you look, what's our highest stat? 408. And at +1, guess what we're outspeeding? We're outspeeding Miraidons, Koraidons, and Flutter Manes. Right? So we can do with both dragons with the Freeze Dry and Ice Beam. Its Water Ice coverage is perfect coverage. Hydro Pump for the main impacts, those main attacking moves to punch holes into our opponent. Ice Beam is our reliability move. And then Freeze Dry hits water types that otherwise wall us. It also hit Gastrodon and Swampert for super effective damage. So this thing is a monster. And it has fast taunts as well, right? 136 speed. So this will outspeed Meowscarada even, without even having to using Prankster. It will, I mean, obviously we have to deal with Grimmsnarls and Sableyes, because, you know, they will probably use Prankster Thunder Waves first, but we can taunt them, right? We can taunt them by being naturally fast if they go for a passive move, such as, for example, Shadow Sneaks, or if you're Grimmsnarl, I don't know, False Surrender, just naming an example. One of our special defensive walls, as you can see, we have a bunch of walls on our team, is Sasori, the Gliscor. Last time you seen Gliscor was in the form of Sheila in our BDSP series. Check that out. But Gliscor makes a return. Male Gliscor, Sasori, here with Poison Heal, Toxic Orb, running the usual Earthquake knockoff U-turn Stealth Rock set, pure special defensive set here. Makes use of, essentially, Gliscor will be the lead in 9 times out of 10. It'll be like Landorus. We'll get the Stealth Rock up. Is it still OU? It is still OU. The goal is to get up rocks and then knock off items or do damage to Earthquakes, basically. And then, of course, we want to keep this thing alive as much as possible because it is very bulky. We want to get our Toxic Orb up first and then U-turn the hell out of there, right? Or do any type of damage, right? It's a positional pivot. It'll take a lot of hits. We can knock off items for free. Right, so the key is to kind of use Gliscor. Oops, that's a Pokepaste. Use Gliscor as a way to get some momentum back, right? And you know, it's a very opportunistic mon because you know this can easily help us get into better position to win the battle or pull the battle back. So that's what Gliscor's role is. I think it's the same exact spread as Sheila from BDSP. So hopefully that still holds true today. Today's higher powered meta. Making a return is Citrine, the Uxie, running the same exact spread as the, I don't remember what team you were on actually for Uxie. But yeah, Extra Sensory, Thunder Wave, U-turn, Stealth Rock, right? Same exact spread. The point is to spread Stealth Rocks and get Thunder Waves off, right? Or if you notice, our team is quite quick with the exception of Yuha. So we want to get the Thunder Waves off, spread a lot of paralysis. If we can get Chip with Extra Sensory plus Thunder Waves, that'll be great. U-turn for momentum. Sasori plus Citrine is a great core, great defensive core. Lots of U-turns, lots of pivoting, and to bring in a powerhouse mon to do some damage, right? So the key is to kind of grind our opponent and then bring in the heavy guns to kind of do the big blows to our opponent after, right? So Citrine is here, Citrine's here to stay, and hopefully replicate the same success as when you last seen it. As preluded to, Yuha also makes a comeback here. Last time you seen it was probably the Gita set way back when. And, you know, Terraflying, Supreme Overlord, Swords Dance, Iron Head, Kotal Cleave, and Sucker Punch. Same exact moveset and spread. This mon is a menace. Of course, we want to use this more in the end game, right? I mean, we also don't mind using it in the, you know, midway through the matches or whatever, but it's just because Supreme Overlord is strongest when it's the last mon left, right? And we have Terra Flying to dodge fighting and our ground weakness. And then if we can get up to a +1, potentially a +2.5 because Swords Dance and the Supreme Overlord ability, we are able to hit at 2.5 times attack. And I don't think anything wants to live a base 135 Iron Heads or Kotao Cleaves that are all stab, right? So that's the goal with the Kingambit. Kingambit is still OU. Wow, base meta game, it's OU now. Even now, it's still OU. So it's a very scary mon. If we're ever losing, Kingambit is still, we can still win the game with Kingambit alone, right? And it still holds true. So we've seen it in the past before. It can win or pull back battles for us. So hopefully we can replicate that success this week. Binging, whatever, I can't even speak, oh my god. Tentacruel, Cruella, the Tentacruel making a debut, being our hazard remover, designated hazard remover, running Surf, Rapid Spin, Knockoff, and Sludge Bomb. And it's max bulk, 160 speed, so not max speed, we have a little bit more bulk in the defensive stat. Cruella here is basically meant to clear the hazards, right? That's what Rapid Spin plus Heavy Duty Boots is for, right? You know, simple stuff. We're making use of the base 80 special attack with the Surf, Knockoff, or Surf and Sludge Bomb because those are highly powerful moves that can spread poisons if you're Sludge Bombs, or Surf just for general damage, right? Because this thing does not get scald anymore. Chilling Water is an alternative for Surf, but Surf does have better base, like a higher base power, so we'll deal more damage. So it's more damage or more utility. So don't be surprised if we actually switch out Surf for the Chilling Water, just because, yeah, lowering any defenses or lowering any attack stats for get more better position for a better mon to come in. This team thrives on that, so it's either damage or finding an opportunity. So don't be surprised at a switch again. I just repeated that so many times. Liquid Ooze is the ability of choice because Clear Body does not make sense. Even if we're intimidated, Rapid Spin isn't going to do much anyway. And because of Heavy Duty Boots, we don't have to worry about sticky webs unless it gets knocked off. But we're going to not let that happen. So the key is to get in Cruella with the Heavy Duty Boots and spin away the hazards, right? So Liquid Ooze is the next best ability because we're not going to use Rain Dish. Liquid Ooze, if you don't know, is an ability that causes HP draining attacks to do damage to the opponent instead, as much as they would heal. That's the big key right there, as much as they would heal. So say Cruella gets hit by a parabolic charge from a Heliolisk, for example, right, and it gets one shot, but all that HP that Heliolisk took is going to go back to, it's going to damage Heliolisk in return. So what is that? So that's what, 75% of that HP is going to do damage to Heliolisk in return. So it catches a lot of things off guard. This thing is immune to Leech Seed practically because it's going to do damage to the opponent instead of Tentacruel. Giga Drains is a counter because of the Liquid Ooze. Parabolic Charge, that example I just used, is going to counter. So it's a little niche ability, but it has a lot of usage for this Heavy Duty Boot set because Heavy Duty Boots resist the webs and we don't need to run Clear Body. So that's why we're running Liquid Ooze. Rounding out our team is Mystic the Flygon. Last time you seen Mystic was, I also think BDSP, it was a Choice Scarf Fly. No, you seen that even earlier. You seen Mystic in the, oh, don't tell me. It was in the same set as Citrine, wasn't it? But it was Choice Scarf. This time we're running a Life Orb, a physical attacking Mystic with Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Dragon Claw, and Stone Edge, right? So this will be more of our early game to mid game cleaner, and then Yuha is our end game cleaner. So Flygon is here basically. So ground, rock coverage, and Stone Edge and Earthquake is perfect coverage. Dragon Claw is stab, Earthquake is also stab. Terra Fairy for defensive purposes, because even though we're weak to poison and steel, guess what? We have Earthquakes, and if we're up to speed with Dragon Dances, any counters don't want to really come in because they don't want to take the stab Earthquake, right? Stone Edge again will hit whatever Earthquake doesn't hit, and Dragon Claw again right there for good coverage. So this is a perfectly perfect offensive mod, right? The only thing that stops us is if we can't get Dragon Dance up to speed, or if they predict a Terra Fairy and we can't knock out that poison type or steel type in return, right? So Corviknights still do a lot of walling for us. That's why we do have Stone Edge. The other option was either Fire Punch or go Naive and go Flamethrower because they like to be defensive. But I'm also like, well, then we lose Spadaf. I don't know if the extra special attack will actually matter that much. And then we also would resist the body presses with Terra Fairy anyway. So it's kind of a toss-up in the air with that. But Corviknight is the only thing that would actually wall us. And good thing Ferrothorns aren't in this game because that also walls us. But yeah, Corviknight is the big threat for us. So here's the team in all of its glory. Sorry if this was more rambling. Like, it's kind of frustrating when like you lose the recording because the audio didn't come through. But here's the team in all of its glory. Again, usually Sasori here will be the lead. If not, it will be Citrine. Get up the rocks early, of course, and then U-turn out. Get the momentum to switch into either Toys R Us or Mystic here to punch holes, start doing some damage, and then get back into the walls to soak up all the hits. Right, Yuha is the end game. Right, we're gonna save this for the end for the Supreme Overlord, Terra Flying, what Gita does, Super Boss Gita does. Cruella here is a disruptor for hazards, getting off statuses. So this team is meant to. This team is really built on positioning and really going to break you down before bringing in the heavy hitters to clean up the mess. So that's how the team is ran. Do we go 5-0 this week? I think we have the potential to. I don't think it's super passive, but I also think it's not too aggressive as well. A good balance, everything. So wish us luck. Thank you guys for watching and all the support. I'll see you guys in the battles. Until then, bye bye.